Hello everyone, today I am going to talk about operation modes. Operation modes are the way the R/3 system allows for flexible configuration of the available services or work processes in SAP. With operation modes, you can define which work processes will be available and can automatically switch to other work processes at some certain hours. For example, you can define operation modes to have many dialog work processes during normal working hours, which can shift to background during night operation. When auto switching takes place, no SAP server restart is required. Purpose of operation modes is to flexibly adapt R/3 system configuration to various requirements. Maximizing the use of available system resources to determine which instances are started and stopped, to alter the number of work processes, to schedule the operation of work processes, automatic switching of work processes type. If you see here in diagram, typically customers require more dialog processes during the day and more background processing during night. To adjust the proportion of the various R/3 work processes to suit different phases of system activity, you can maintain the instance profile and restart the system for unusual changes, define operation modes and use the operation mode switch for daily changes. Operation modes optimize system resources for different phases of system activity. Operation mode switching reconfigures your R/3 system dynamically so that you need not to change the instance profiles for your server and you experience no system downtime. An operation mode configures the use of resources for all the instances in your R/3 system based on the services or work processes you need and the time interval you choose. Some of the uses of operation modes are: you can define several separate operation modes for day and night operation. This means you can guarantee response times for important data entry transactions during the day and use more work processes at night for job processing. Between 6 and 19 hours or 20 hours, you can say, you will be predominantly using the system for dialog processing. Outside that time, system resources are primarily required for background job. Actually, this timing depends upon some organizations, that during what period their load in daytime is higher and at what time they actually require the background processing. So it could be 6, 7 or 8 p.m. anything it could be. You can reconfigure your system dynamically at set times by switching operation modes and thus avoid the disadvantage of a system restart. The diagram here illustrates the effect of an operation mode switching. Now, procedure how to configure operation modes. You can display the status of the operation modes and instances using the control panel. To do this, use CCMS, go to control or monitoring and then go to control panel. Assume here that your system has a total of 10 work processes available. Define an operation mode for night operation to allow more efficient data processing at night. In the timetable for automatic operation mode switching, enter the times for the two operation modes. It could be 9 AM to 7 PM for day operation, and 19 p.m. to 9 a.m. for night activities or night operation. Simply choose CCMS, go to configuration, go to operation modes or instances, or you can directly call transaction RZ04. The system will display a list of productive instances. If you have not yet defined any operation modes, the test operation mode dummy will be displayed. This one. This operation mode is automatically configured so that the system functions such as control panel and the scheduling of background jobs can be used. If there is already a dummy operation mode, this is updated every time when the server is started and is therefore adjusted to different system relationship. The operation mode dummy cannot be used for operation mode switching because it is an self-configured operation mode, so you cannot use it for operation mode switching. You need to create an operation mode which can be automatically switched. To do this, choose operation mode and go to this create. Enter the data in the following fields. The first field is for operation mode. You need to enter the name for the operation mode, such as day operation and a description associated with it. You can enter any name for the operation mode, but it is advisable to choose a name that is meaningful and that makes the task of the operation mode clear. And in case of short description, you need to enter a short description of the operation mode, such as day operation with 6 dialog processes. And in monitoring properties variant, you need to enter the name of the monitoring properties variant. In monitoring architecture, assign the operation modes. When the operation mode is started, the settings that the monitoring property variant contains are automatically activated in the alert monitor. In the next step, we will save the data by choosing operation mode save. Then repeat this procedure for all required operation modes that you require. When you have defined and saved your operation modes, you can define the instances and servers. When auto switching takes place, no SAP server restart is needed or required. So this was all about operation modes. These are the references that were used in preparing these slides and video, and thank you so much for going through this video.